Hello everyone, my name is Basti and I'm an independent trader with years of experience in the crypto markets. If you're looking for the latest information for daily chart analysis, and if you're looking for trading predictions as well as trading news, then you've come to the right place. Let's go. Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. Nice that you're here today. If you haven't already, please go ahead and subscribe to the channel. It's free and it would help me a lot. Also, make sure that you hit the notification bell so you can always stay up to date with every new piece of content that we put up on our channel. As you can see, we are on the 4-hour long chart, and here we've been inside an uptrend for quite some time now, for a few days. And yesterday we even tried or retested our support line here, but unfortunately it broke down and we find ourselves under it. And so evidently that means that the bear flag that formed here at the moment has broken down. However, I should point out that we seem to be holding relatively stable here at these lows that we formed already before. And I'm going to illustrate where the area is. And so that means for us today that the price of Bitcoin should not go below 36,580 US dollars. If it does break, then the price could slide down to the next support line here at just around $3,600 and $180. So in other words, everything that was support in the last few days, like here and also here and here, has now become resistance yet again. Meaning we do have a lot of resistance above us, but also we have some good support below us. Another reason for this is, of course, we are still inside our downtrend area that we've been forming for days. And you can see here we had resistance, here we had resistance, here we had resistance, and here yet again, and we've been rejected. I should, by the way, mention that if you haven't already, you should join our group on Telegram, where I often post relevant information for the day, such as the one here where I mentioned that if we were not able to overcome the resistance line, we would be pushing the price back down again. So it is important that you follow us there. The link you can find in the description, of course. There's also information about the contest that we have here, this giveaway, where if you were to deposit 100 USDT or 0.0025 Bitcoin, then you can be one of two winners and you'll get 1,500 US dollars for you to trade in the new account. All you have to do is join Femex, open a new account, and that's all. So if you're interested, please go ahead and do that. Again, you can find the link in the description. So now if we take a look at the smaller time frames, let's say the 1-hour chart, we can see there that the EMA ribbons once again have become red. As you can see, we were in the green for a while, but now they have turned red once again. So even though we are holding here at the moment, it is important that Bitcoin tries to go back and test our support line, which now it's actually resistance, and we do manage to come above it and hopefully then have a retest and continue to move the price higher. A big problem for Bitcoin, of course, has been and still is the traditional markets. So if we go back to the 4-hour chart, we can see that here also, unfortunately, we are once again in the red for the EMA ribbons. And as you know, we've been in the red for quite some time. It's not the first time that this happens. Actually, it's been quite a long time since we've moved under the red. So what could happen now? Well, as I mentioned, there is this scenario of the dead cat bounce, which I've explained that is still intact. And if it does takes us lower, then we could be visiting technically the 30,000 or 29,000 US dollar price yet again. Or we could also find support around 34,200 US dollars, which has been a strong support for us previously. And that could turn this whole thing into a double bottom and, a big W pattern for us, which would be good. However, that is of course just speculation, so don't take that to the bank and think that we are going to have a W pattern. If the support here doesn't hold, then the price will of course go down probably to the 30,000 US dollar line, and the possibility is still there that the price continue to push down even more. Now let's examine the traditional markets as well as Bitcoin and how it reacted. And as you can see, precisely at the time that the traditional markets opened, we had this sell-off here. Now you might notice that at the moment I have the 1 minute chart because I wanted to be very detailed as to what happened. So you can see Bitcoin had a big sell-off. However, the S&P 500 started to rise. And that is very, very curious. So we have to see what happens in the next few days. If that continues to be the case, then we can assume that the money that's coming out of crypto is being transferred over to the traditional markets. So again, this is something else to be on the lookout for and see what happens. Now, if we look at the fear and greed index, we can see that we are at 20 points right now, going down from 28 yesterday. And so as you can see that I mentioned this for many days now, that we are inside this 20 and 30 point range. And I think that we're going to be staying there for at least 2 more weeks. So yeah, that's something else to pay attention to. Now, as far as the news go, we've seen that Bitcoin is not only following along with the drop in the markets, but there's other tech companies that are also presenting very bad numbers. Like for example, in the case of PayPal, that lost 20%, 25%, excuse me. Also, there are some big issues with other companies such as Spotify losing a lot of the value in the market. And one of the big players, of course, being Meta, that used to be Facebook. Also, some positive news, and that is that in India there's going to be no longer a ban on crypto. And you can probably remember last year this was a big a factor that did affect the price of Bitcoin a few times, because there was the rumor that, or the government was saying that they wanted to ban cryptos in India. And now, of course, they've said that they're not longer going to do it. And we can see here that, for example, the sister company of Binance that does crypto trading in India, their token, for example, has been rising after finding out of this news. This could, of course, open a possibility for the price of Bitcoin to do better, just because there will be more volume of transactions now that is no longer illegal or won't be banned in India. So that's something to keep an eye out for. So let's take a look at these 2 graphics here. One on the right is for the S&P 500 and the one on the left is Bitcoin. So like I said, the price of Bitcoin has pushed lower, whereas the price of the S&P 500 has pushed upward. But, and here is the interesting part, that the Nasdaq yesterday also went down in its value. And so it seems that Bitcoin is now started to follow the Nasdaq. So as you can see, they're almost very well synchronized, because exactly at the same time when the price of Bitcoin went down, that is when, or rather when the price of Nasdaq started to slide down, that's also just the same time that the price of Bitcoin started to slide down again. So they are synchronized at the moment. Fortunately, Nasdaq did find some support, and Bitcoin did as well. So what does that mean for me? Well, pay attention to the S&P 500 and Nasdaq for today. And then, of course, we also have to pay attention to other big players, like the ones that I already mentioned, Spotify, for example, or also Facebook, or actually Meta, that when they do lose a lot of value in their stocks, and they lose value in the markets, this is of course also affecting us. And as you can see, these companies have been losing a lot of value indeed. So this, of course, it's something that is somehow connected to Bitcoin as well. Now let's take a look at the price of Ethereum, and surprisingly enough, Ethereum seems to be doing relatively well in comparison to Bitcoin, for example, where we seem to have found a very good support. We're still above our EMA ribbons, and here we tested our support line, which has been holding. We tested it here, here, and here. So as you can see, for Ethereum at the moment. The picture is not as dark. If we do break down, of course, we could come down and test this, retest this support line here. But if we do see a bounce from our support line here at 2,600 US dollars, then we can see here it was resistance in here too, but now it has become a strong support. So if we do go up again, I can see Ethereum retesting the price at 3,000 US dollars. So in other words, yesterday the price of Ethereum did not lose much value, or as much value as Bitcoin did, and we will see that soon here by looking at the Bitcoin dominance. Let's open up that chart and we can take a look closer. So as you can see, for the last couple of days has been losing some of the grip that it had, but we did find a support here at our EMA ribbons. And I still see the dominance rising to 43-44% in the near future. And again, one of the reasons for keeping an eye out on for the Bitcoin dominance is because it also tells us how the altcoins will perform in the market. Some of the altcoins are performing relatively well. Luna, for example, is one of them. Same as XRP, Solana, Cardano. And this is, of course, no direct financial advice to you, but at this price, a lot of these coins are at a really interesting entry level for those of you who want to invest in altcoins. But in general, you still have to be careful, because if we go back to Bitcoin, you can see that the picture is not very bullish at the moment. And should the price of Bitcoin continue to fall even lower, then that, of course, would create a chain reaction for the altcoins as well. Many of them, of course, being affected twice or three times as much every time Bitcoin performs badly. So stay on the lookout for that. And like I said, let's take a look at the 1 hour chart for Bitcoin so you can see what will be important for today. Pay attention to the support box here at the bottom, and also what happens to the resistance line here at the top. And I will keep you guys posted in case we do happen to go back in and retest our resistance line, the orange resistance line. Also, you can find the link in the description for bitbull-trading.com, where you can get trading coaching from me, so you guys can also brush up in your trading skills if you're interested. So thank you so much for watching and for your support. You truly are the best community I could ask for. Please come back tomorrow for more videos, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel and like our content. That's all for now. My name is Basti. Stay safe. Bye bye.